5-0, potentially a 6-0 coming up. What's happening here? That's so sad. I see Tomb, and there are no trashers here unless you get very lucky and pull Prize Goat out of the loot pile, which could be winning. You got something of a village with Ironmonger. It's inconsistent if you can't get rid of your non-action cards. You got draw with Laboratory and Gear. You could play like a very rudimentary like Gear, Sack of Loot, Big Money. I think it's probably worth mixing in Labs and Ironmongers and building something more closely resembling an engine, probably. How to open? I think 1000% I want Gear on turn 2. Turn 1 is much less clear. Gear Ironmonger, Gear Tools, Gear Lab, Gear Baker or something. I think Cutthroat does not look as good here because it's terminal. There's Sack of Loot, which just does the same thing non-terminally. It's not terrible or anything. Oh, there's Triumphal Arch, which definitely pushes in the direction of Labs and Ironmongers. Okay, that I think makes up my mind that you're not playing just big money or anything. Leaning towards Gear Tools. The first tools can gain me a second gear or second tools, and then I can add an Ironmonger, and then it has better targets. Not sure if this makes sense. We'll find out in a moment. The downside of tools is it's not an opening that's conducive to hitting 6 early, and I would not mind an early Sack of Loot. Gear Ironmonger is probably pretty likely to get you to 6. Gear Tools, I think, gets you more of the engine pieces, which also has some upside. This will be a second gear and a second tools. Next turn, presumably an Ironworks. I guess this could also be Laboratory, potentially. I think I like the Ironworks better. This coffer might be my means of hitting 6 for the first time. And Ironmonger is not really that much worse than Lab at this state of the game. Actually, most states of the game with the quality of our decks. Ironmonger shifting past all the junk is close to a Lab in value. Alright, here we go. This is a lovely draw, I think. This is Sack of Loot, and then it means I'm going to line up my Ironmonger with both of my tools next turn. In fact, I'm going to trigger Force Dwellers just to make absolutely sure I don't bottom deck the Ironmonger and get really sad. One Sack of Loot is usually enough to do the trick. Sure, I'll keep you on top. Do I want another gear? Probably. And then I'm going to want a lab soon. That's going to gain a lot of Ironmongers and labs, probably, for the most part. And these piles are going to empty. Gear's already kind of low. I could see gear or tools potentially piling, though it's not obvious. This draw actually kind of sucks a lot. A lot. Do I want another tools? I guess I can take a third tools. 2 more gears. Don't love that. Don't love that one bit. Yeah, that's probably enough to put me behind. Looks like he's about to have a good turn. Well, Bryan doesn't have a Sack of Loot yet, which is, I mean, that's something. Maybe I go for some sneaky, like, Tools, Ironmonger, Gear Rush. Ooh. Kind of hard to say no to that. I should probably just keep that. It's a province in hand. Thank you. That's an action card. Should I keep it? I can only play 2 gears, but it is a good card, and I can set it aside. I think I'm going to keep it. My goodness. I'm hitting low number. Apparently, I should not have kept it. I was just going to find all of my gears immediately. Yeah, I think I'm pretty full on the plan of sneaking a pilot somehow while Bryan's not looking. I don't love my long-term prospects in this game. I really don't love my long-term prospects in the game now. Bryan gets to trash and score points. I don't think this game should last long enough for the GOAT to matter. But if it did last long enough for the GOAT to matter, I'd be in trouble. I don't even have a points lead here. Action card, please. Pretty please reveal an action. Nope. Okay. Ironmonger. Ironmonger. Laboratory to help me pile, or Duchy for points. I think are the two options. 6 points is not enough of a lead for me to feel comfortable just like aggressively lowering piles. But I do need to bring the game to a close as quickly as I can. I'm gonna take the lab. Bryan was concerned about the potential speed of the matches, but this one's going to come in quite quickly. We're at an hour and a half now, and Game 6 is almost over. That is rather sprightly for a league match. Can I win here? Pretty please. I'd love to win this game. Please. Is this enough? Smells like it might be. Looks like it is. Tools, gain a lab. Sack of loot. Lab, gear, estate. Alrighty, a 6-0 to round out the season.